Hi, Dolores. Good morning and welcome to our podcast, where this is a very special edition in the lead up to the ICCA Middle East Summit. I'm Anju Gomes, Regional Director for ICCA Middle East, and I'm delighted to be joined today by someone whose work sits at the heart of the future of our industry. Dolores, a global expert in digital innovation, destination strategy, and sustainable tourism. Thank you for joining us today, Dolores.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to go right into our short podcast, and I would like to start with asking you about your journey. Right from you worked across some fascinating areas, from tourism to technology to sustainability. What inspired your path into this space and this industry?
I think it was love at first sight, and I guess it has continued throughout my life. But let me start by thanking you and the team of ICCA for having me for the summit. I'm very excited to bring this expertise to the table and to generate and also encourage much needed discussions around the future of the tourism destination management, including technology, sustainability, and purpose. And I guess that was what motivated me when I first started working in tourism. I remember when I was just 16 or 17 years old, a family friend told my parents, "Are you ready to let her go? Because she'll never come back." And so it was. After more than 20 years in the traveling the world, living across three different continents and working with communities and entities of all kinds, really, both in tourism and in the commercial space, across different type of industries, I've only seen a common denominator that fascinated me across every country I've worked in, and that is society resilience, is the
Right.
desire and the intention and the purpose to move forward. Today, we're moving forward with the help of very specific tools, but we don't forget that it's purpose that moves us forward. And I really would like to perhaps to identify that purpose as the common denominator of my professional journey in tourism. I've worked in Asia, in Africa, in Europe, and in every place of work that I've had the honor to give my contribution, I've seen how people are resilient, people are determined to move forward and to improve. So I made it my mission, and I thought, what can I do in this industry that gives hope, work, and entertains millions of people around the world? What can we do to make sure that this industry moves forward with society, doesn't fall back? And so, hence my intention to work in sustainability and innovation technology, because these two tools are going side by side, and those who separate them are missing out on the greatest potential that this tourism industry can have.
Definitely, I wouldn't agree more. And I think ICA's purpose is so much aligned with, the sustainability aspect, as well as the alignment between the data and the sustainability and impact is exactly what we also champion. And I think our platform and partnerships is where we bring the collaboration element and the resilience and the community building. I remember I joined ICA exactly a few months before COVID, and I was following you. I think you started your podcast during COVID, and I think we have been in touch since 2020, and it's finally the moment that we will work together. I'm so pleased to have you as our keynote speaker for the Middle East Summit in September. As an expert in the digital innovation and sustainable tourism, how do you see artificial intelligence reshaping and how destinations are marketing themselves in today's competitive landscape?
Well, tourism destinations, as you you and I mean, belong to the same generation. For us, tourism destination, and for our parents as well, back in the days was something that you would look at and dream of in a brochure somewhere, in a
Yeah.
travel agency, or in a shop, or on the magazine. Well, today, destinations all around the world understand that to be seen, they need to be found. And to be found, they have to embrace the technology that is today at the fingertips of everyone. So
Yes.
for them to go absolutely global, the use of artificial intelligence and innovation technology is paramount to make sure that they can not just reach the people around the world that they would like to receive in their destinations, but that they reach the correct ones, the right ones. We don't just speak to anyone. We speak to those who are relatable, to those who really want to come into our destination. I always think that there are many type of travelers and many type of destinations. Not everything is for everyone. So today, global tourism destinations are embracing technology to make sure they speak directly to the travelers they want to welcome.
Yes, and I think that's where AI really is helping through social media, or whether it is through the new images that it is creating for destinations, which probably helps people to make a decision. And of course, at the end of the day, it's all about purpose, right? So if it is not going to be purposeful for the community of the city, then it's not going to serve the purpose at all. So that leads perfectly into the future and what some AI driven trends are doing. What do you think? What are the recent AI trends which the destination should start preparing for now, and to stay, ahead in the future, or be ready for the future?
Well, number one is hyper personalized travel planning. A desire and a requirements nowadays for travelers from all around the world.
Yeah.
They can use any artificial intelligence powered tools online. Many are already available to travelers to personalize their travel plans. So for destinations to be discoverable across AI search and optimization, it's key. So another trend that they could look into, and it's just only growing. We took a little bit of a glimpse of it when during the no travel zone during the pandemic. Um, Virtual reality and augmented reality travel. These are pre-travel experiences that are only set to grow because they grow the appeal of a destination way before the traveler has reached the shores of the island or the airport of a city. And the third thing I would say to keep an eye on for destination is to look into optimizing the use of predictive pricing and dynamic packaging tools. These are AI powered technologies that allows the traveler to travel at the best time in terms of budget, in terms of season, which optimizes also, the travel flow and the traffic flow, and also optimizes the overall spending. We all know
Yes.
that now more than ever, travelers are watching their wallet very carefully because they can optimize travel spending.
Yes, and I think the competition is huge as well. So, if you are, very well versed with what is available, then you can be very cost effective in everything that you are doing. And now with, I think with Chat GPT, you can actually put your whole itinerary within your budget. If you give it a budget and you give it a place name, and it drops you everything in a span of a minute, and you don't have to spend hours to prepare that itinerary. I think that helps a traveler to decide on the destination as well. So you often speak about the intersection between sustainability and technology. So how does a destination integrate AI and digital transformation, bearing in mind the sustainability aspect, and to ensure that they don't compromise with sustainability as far as, integration of the new technology is concerned?
I see destinations as a containing like a shell. So when private businesses and entities are operating with certain sustainability goals, the destination using artificial intelligence tools or machine learning empowered systems, they can empower the businesses to perform to their best intention and to actually reach their sustainability goals. And that comes into several aspects of the destination. For example, managing the traffic flow, waste management, energy efficiency, or even just simply looking at the way the destination is performing as a society. If the destination uses artificial intelligence power tools to update and align the infrastructure of the destination, this can only contribute to the success of private businesses and entities. Let us, for example, look at even just in the private sector, the hotels who are investing in solar energy. What use is to invest in solar energy if the destination does not the infrastructure? It's not up to date for them to channel that energy. So I think the destination need to act as a containing as a shell that empowers the local businesses and the private entities to perform to their best.
Of course, and I think it is very important to start this from the beginning so that you don't have to incur the heavy cost later. So if you adapt it, it will be the best solution as well. So if you may have any best practices or some case study that you would like to share, where AI has successfully supported sustainability objectives, as well as the tourism within an event. Would you be able to share maybe a short case study, just for an example?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, especially in the space of conferencing and events organizing. These are often the black sheeps of the industry because, of course, we know that they are all about gathering. So there's a lot of emission involved. There is a lot of waste produced. There's a lot of everything. And but that is where great minds come together. That is where collaboration and networking happens. So in terms of examples, I'd love to spotlight the Oslo Innovation Week that happens in October this year in 2025. The Oslo Innovation Week uses, which is something that perhaps is often underestimated, but it has an impact. It uses AI powered tools to identify the areas where waste is produced in order to foresee and position beans. It's a simple thing, even just positioning beans across the conferencing ground, because they can read in advance where the waste is produced. And so, therefore, they can meet the needs of that specific location with positioning more beans in this case, but also to understand where the attendance starts to be a little bit higher rather than low, so that the attendance flow, to understand where to support the team with more tools or more things that they need to serve this higher level of attendance. This is all about projection and forecast, but also about reading the data. Many times after a conference, we just take what has happened, we look at the business side of things, but we don't look at the operational side of things. Artificial intelligence can really support the operation of a conference ground for their best intention, for their best goals in terms of really not just speaking about sustainability, but walk the talk.
Walk the talk, yeah. I think
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah. Now that we are already in that stage where we need to walk the talk and not just, give more and more theory, but more practical experiences and case studies so that people can follow, because it's difficult to reinvent the wheel all the time. So everybody cannot do new things, but at least there are some case studies which can be adapted immediately and everybody could benefit, because we are here. Sustainability is a global initiative. It's not like just per se a destination. So going ahead to the Middle East summit, what do you hope attendees would take away from the discussions around AI, or digital transformation and sustainability?
My hope is really to have them coming out of the summit with a practical awareness. So not just quite often when we go to these kind of summits, it all stays. It's very much unrelatable, up in the air kind of talk, and I would like the attendees to come out with practical knowledge, going back to their teams and either saying, "Why are we not doing this yet?" or even saying, let's do this. Now, either way, it's fine. But I would love for them to be empowered, not just inspired.
Wow. Yeah, it's that's what we always do, right? We go to an event and we listen, and then we come out and we don't practice. And that's what has been my objective, to have a practical takeaway from our summit, so people can go and apply it, and then say that, okay, we gained some great knowledge at this session. So the final question for today is, what role will the regional collaboration play in helping destinations like Bahrain to stay competitive and innovative in the global business event space? What according to you should be sorry, for just a takeaway for them?
Well, every destination has a level of competitiveness, right? And that's just how it is. Like if we look at the region and the positioning, geographical positioning, but also in terms of reputation and global recognition of the destination, Bahrain has a very strategic advantage. It has what many countries dream of, like the beautiful, the environment about the beaches, and to be in a highly advanced country without forgetting, the proximity to the nature. And I think the regional collaboration in the Middle East, specifically when we look at Bahrain, that is surrounded by literally the neighboring countries, Qatar, Saudi, the regional collaboration should all be about advancing together. And there are elements of advanced technology that needs to be common denominator across the region. And then every region, every country has its own specificity and its own uniqueness, for which they then move forward and they feel recognized across the global community. But connectivity, number one, and information technology, number two, but not because one is more important than the other, but really because it's something that affects everything. So this should be at the base of regional collaboration.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't agree more than that. But I must say that our summit, which is one of the platforms for this collaboration, and in the Middle East, we are very consciously making efforts to, have this summit, or we will have our meetings, and we have various opportunities to meet each other and collaborate for making this destination more and more attractive, because I think it's the new hub for the world to come. Thank you so much for your time today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. And I also look forward to our audience who would be, available. Please join us in Bahrain on 1st of September, where in person we will be having Dolores to actually present and give us more insight on how AI and how marketing go hand in hand for a destination, and how we are going to make it a great workshop as well, practical hands-on options to go and apply in your destinations. So thank you so much, Dolores, for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you in September. Thank you
Looking
to the
forward to it.
audience for watching it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.